Good morning and welcome. Please silence your cell phones as we go into our time together. So our centering thought says, we declare that there are many paths to the sacred. We hold fast to the notion that one religion does not hold all the truth for all time, not even Unitarian Universalism. We maintain that a free, open, and respectful dialogue is one of the primary ways our theological perspective evolve and grow. And now, Taylor. Thank you. It's nice to start with such peace. So I'm Aline King. You know me from before. I'm tall and have a bun of my long hair up on top of my head, and I'm wearing a white lace blouse with red baggy pants and a red scarf. So we welcome you today to service. And our dearly beloved Reverend Casey writes that the modern Unitarian Universalist believes that every individual has the right to explore spirituality and religion for themselves, free from the constraints of dogma or doctrine. We believe all beings are beloved and are worthy just because they are. We believe in a future where we are all treated equally, equitably, but recognize the inequalities in this world and seek to work to tear down the structures that uphold them. At the center of it all is love, love for our world, love for each other, and love for ourselves. So we acknowledge that we reside on unceded territory of our Kumeyaay brothers and sisters. They've lived here for thousands of years in peace and in harmony. They've lived in the majority of San Diego County and Imperial counties, which weren't counties then, and down into Mexico. And so our border chopped them in pieces because their families were left on one side or the other. So we acknowledge this sadness, and we thank them for their ongoing support of everyone and of the animals and the plants and the spirit of the land. So today we have many announcements, so please be succinct and challenge us to remember the things that you want us to remember. So, Mary, would you like to begin?
Good morning. We on? Okay, good morning. I have two announcements. Today at noon, right in this room, the Earth-Centered Spirituality Group is going to meet. And so if you would like to join us, you're most welcome. The second announcement is I would like to start some what I'm going to call Soulful Second Saturday activities here. For anybody who likes to get creative and creativity being part of your spiritual practice, our first one will be July 11th. We're going to do something called Soul Collage. So watch the email for a sign up for that. So save the date, the morning of the 11th. And then if there's interest, and I'm going to do a quick poll right now, would anybody be interested in doing tie-dye on the second Sunday in August? Anybody? Okay, we got interest. All right.
Some
Cool.
enthusiastic interest.
Yeah, tie-dye. So we probably do that in August. So, and if you have any ideas for something to do that, please come talk to me. Thank you.
Jessica?
Hi, everyone. So summer does not officially begin until June 21st, which means it is still spring and there's still time for spring cleaning because we are having a rummage sale. So the rummage sale is Saturday, June 27th. It's going to be in the salon from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. We are accepting donations from June 21st to June 26th. So anything that is gently used, don't bring it too early, just that week. Just drop it off at the salon. And then we are looking for volunteers to help us with the rummage sale. So we actually won a grant that will help us buy a security system, security cameras for our facility, which sadly is a need right now. But in order to get the grant, we have to match some of the funds. So we're trying to raise $4,000 to get this grant so that we can have a safer campus. So again, that is June 27th. And if you are looking or able to volunteer, just let Mark know. Thank you.
Al?
Good morning. I'm Al Mork, Chair of the Social Justice and Action Committee, and at the beginning of this month, no one sent out a questionnaire pertaining to whether Summit should host a interfaith shelter coming next February, and it's just a couple of questions, and I was asked to have you send it back. Well, I'd like to get them in the end of this month, so I could let the people know downtown whether someone's going to participate or not in the shelter next winter, and as they write their schedule. And so, but yeah, if anyone that hasn't misplaced theirs, you can know it works on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and if you could get it in by the end of the month, it'd be much appreciated. So, and the people that have sent it in, thank you very much.
And Mark?
Good morning. My name is Mark Weedman. I'm your property steward. I want to just take a moment to remind you of some basic safety arrangements that we employ here on Sunday mornings. Between 10 and 11 o'clock on Sundays, we lock the doors from the breezeway into the building. Anybody can exit those doors at any time, but anybody showing up after 10 o'clock needs to be let in by either a volunteer or a staff person. So also, in the event that we had to evacuate this space in a hurry, besides the two doors that we use to come into the sanctuary, Serhi, would you open that door? On the west end of the room here is a door that we don't use, but it's always available to us. And if we needed to evacuate, that is a valuable option. And the pathway outside the building takes us all the way down to the sidewalk. And one of our 3 relocation spots is 5 doors down in the parking lot of a 2-story doctor's office. Can't miss it. It's in between single-story homes. Our other relocation spots are the salon and also the commercial building across the street to the east of the salon, where some of us park on Sundays. One side note, if you do park or have parked in the past at the doctor's office 5 doors down, we're going to ask you to hold off on that for now. That arrangement is needing to be further clarified. So you can still park the parking lot across the street, in our lot, or on the street. One other note. Next Sunday, the salon will be a polling center. So you, starting Saturday morning, actually through election day, you can vote here at Summit in the salon. It's a polling center. But that means that we will not be using the salon. It belongs to the Registrar of Voters next Sunday. So we'll be doing some improvised refreshments here on the west side of the building next Sunday for your information. And finally, if you are interested in safety issues or you have questions, the Safety Committee is meeting today in the library at 11:45, and everybody's welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. There's a lot going on. Remember to take your little sheet from the greeting room that tells you all the other things that are happening. So today, we'd like to light the chalice, Mary and one of the children.
Would you like to help me?
It is Memorial Day weekend, but we also have people to think of that have recently passed. And so the chalice lighting today is by David Breeden, named In This Time of Loss. In this time of loss, in this time of asking why, we light a flame of sharing. We light a flame of commitment. In this time of why, we light this flame, sign of our searching, sign of our sharing, sign that together we remember, together we ask why, together in sadness and in joy we share light. Together we celebrate what we are together. So now please stand if you are able to sing our congregational hymn and to speak our aspiration. May the quest for truth be its sacrament, and service be its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, and to help one another in fellowship. This is our aspiration. Please be seated.
I'll consider it a good thing that I have so many joys and concerns that I have to shuffle them and put them in order. Good morning, everyone. I am the Reverend Casey Marie Pandell. It is my joy and honor to be back with you after 2 weeks away and to be the minister here at Summit Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. Whether it is your first visit or your 5,000th visit, you are whole, you are holy, you are loved, and you are so welcome here. I am a 36-year-old woman with short, slightly longer than shoulder-length blue hair, wearing a black dress and a purple floral stole and black glasses. Our reading today comes from the Reverend Marjorie Bowens Wheatley, entitled, Why Should We Intentionally Work for Diversity? Why should we intentionally work for diversity? The responses to this question vary widely. Of course, hard demographic realities suggest much. But for me, beyond any demographic or sociological justification, there is a theological imperative. Affirming the inherent worth and dignity of every human being, for me, means working to create places of worship where all who subscribe to a liberal approach to religion can not only feel welcome, but enter into worship settings that reflect the diverse cultural realities of we the people. Congregations that reflect the pluralism of our society are one step in beginning to transcend the social boundaries that divide us from each other and from all that is, which some of us call God. The task ahead is an arduous one. Indeed, diversity is one of the most challenging tasks we will ever undertake as a religious movement. What we are dealing with is not simply racial and ethnic diversity, but a paradigm shift that is rooted in a commitment to growth in pluralistic community, as well as a readiness for and acceptance of cultural change within our congregations. Please rise in mind, body, or spirit for our first hymn, 131 in the gray hymnals, Love Will Guide Us.
Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hard night. Thank you.
The joys and concerns.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Mary, and today I'm wearing all like greens. I see there's several other green wearing folks. I think we all had a mind thought about the earth today. So we're all in green today. I'm wearing all greens today. I'm about 5'7", and I have long graying hair, and I'm wearing glasses. So our story today involves this little pot, which may look fancy, but let's see if it can stay. I might need some help. So, this is a wisdom tale from Ghana. Ananse and the pot of wisdom. Pot of wisdom. Okay. So today I want to share this story about a spider. Ananse is a spider who decided he wanted to gather all the wisdom in the world. He wanted to gather all the wisdom, and he wanted to keep it for himself. Now, he was curious, but he was also afraid that if other people were wise, he wouldn't feel special anymore. So as you listen, think about this question. Is the wisdom we collect with our curiosity something we keep for ourselves or something we would like to share with the world? You guys want to come up? You can. Come on up. I forgot to invite everybody. Reverend Casey might need some help with this prop. I'm going to save that for the end. Come on up. So Anansi the spider loved to spin a tale. He can regale you for hours with stories full of wonder and stories full of fun and stories full of facts, too, because he is so nosy. He knows almost everything and about almost everybody. Almost. But Anansi wanted to know everything. And so one day he goes to the house of the sun god. "Oh, mighty sun god, you see everything and everyone. Won't you share your greatest wisdom with me? I'll use it wisely to spin tales of wonder and fun for everyone." The sun god says, "Okay, I will put all the wisdom in the world here in this little clay pot. You must share the wisdom with everybody." And the spider promised to do so. Anansi takes the pot home. He looks deep into the clay pot. You guys can look inside too, but don't tell anybody what's in there. Looks deep into the pot.
That's what Asher put in my bed yesterday.
So he looks deep into the pot, and sure enough, he sees sights he's never seen before. He hears sounds he did not know existed. "This is too good to give away," he said. "I will keep this great wisdom for myself. I must hide it," he says, and he looks around for a good hiding space. So he decides to climb to the top of the tallest tree, and there he will tie up the clay pot in the leafy branches and will hide it. Remember, spiders have 8 legs, okay? So I need a spider puppet for this story. I don't have one yet. So he starts climbing the tree, and he's holding the pot in front of him with 2 of his arms, but the climbing is hard. Have you ever climbed a tree holding onto a pot? It's hard. And he wished he had an extra limb. Now, his youngest daughter is outside and sees what a hard time he is having. "Father, it would be easier if you just tied the pot to your back. Then all your limbs would be free for climbing." Do you think Anansi is happy to get good advice from his daughter? Think again. She is right, that would be easier. Why is it that some young pups think of this when I, who possess all the wisdom of the world, did not? So he gets so angry, he throws the pot to the ground. And it opens, and all the wisdom of the world comes flowing out of the pot. All the wisdom. You guys want to spread wisdom around the room? Go spread some wisdom. The wisdom comes flowing out. Some of it falls here and some of it falls there. And no one gets all the wisdom. Everybody gets a little bit. Just a little bit. So this is why even today, wisdom is everywhere if you listen to the stories spun from storytellers from all around the world. You will hear this wisdom. And we did have permission from Mark to throw pom-poms everywhere. So I love this story because it reminds us about the importance of our curiosity, no matter what the age. And the wisdom is the gift that we share with the world. So you're welcome to have a pom-pom. If you miss out on any wisdom, we've got more in RE. You're welcome to come back and join us as well. So that is my story for you today. We are going to go back. We're actually, the kids and I are working on a service for you on June 7th, also known as 6/7.
No.
It is. We're working on a service for y'all for the flower communion. So the kids have some plans that we're finalizing and figuring out today. So I hope you all will join us for that.
So make sure you come back on June 7th.
Yeah, come back on June 7th for sure. All right, y'all, we ready for a song and to head back?
Go on your path with the sun. Everywhere you are, there is love all around. We are going to present a new hymn to you guys. This is from our Sing Out Love. The words will be up here. Just know that I will not be singing it as written. Taylor and I have come up with a different way to present this particular hymn to you. If there ain't room for me, if there ain't room for you, if there ain't room for me and you, that ain't the space for me, that ain't the space for me. If there ain't room for me and you, we're talking inclusivity, inherent and dignity. So you gotta make room for faith to grow. 'Cause if there ain't room for me, that ain't the space for me. You gotta make room for faith to grow. If the neighbor can't go, if the stranger can't go, if the neighbor and the stranger can't go, that ain't the place for me, that ain't the space for me. Siding with love is the way for you and me. People who love make room. Siding with love, they will make room for beloved community. That is the space for me. Siding with love, that is the circle. Make room. That is the space for me and you. That is the space for me and you. What a gift that was. Thank you. Thank you, Jerica and Taylor. Please join me in a time of silent prayer, meditation, or reflection as I read words from the Reverend Julianne Lepp entitled The Richness of Our Differences. We seek our place in the world and the answers to our heart's deep questions. As we seek, may our hearts be open to unexpected answers. May we be reminded that all beings are whole, sacred, and worthy. Let our hearts be welcoming of multiple truths, not holding hard or fast to closed-mindedness or judgmental thinking. What can we learn from each other in the richness of our differences? May the heart of compassion help us recognize the sacred in each other and bridge the differences in these challenging times. May each of us be held in relationship, accountability, and the power of beloved community. May it be, and amen. We're good. Didn't break anything. So today is one of those really weird times where I'm really glad I don't write a sermon anymore, because a lot happened this week, didn't it? I'm a part of a group that's connected with Majgen Afshasani, who is the head of Borderlands for Equity. That is a name you might recognize. Majgen has come and preached for... Majgen has come and preached for us before. And after the shooting this week, there was a vigil that was held at the Islamic Center, I think Thursday night. Friday morning, Majgen reported back all of the kids that were at that vigil who had been at the school, came running to her and said, Auntie Majgen, you were right. We're not alone. And after 2 weeks at a Methodist seminary with a lot of people who are super, super Christian, very liberal Christian, but various degrees of different types of Christian, this is the perfect day to do this thing that I've changed a little bit. So you're not going to get a long sermon today, but we'll get to that in a second. Every time I go to these classes, I learn a lot, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do the learning that I do, which is why I chose a seminary that was not Unitarian Universalist. But you guys, I cannot wait to get home, because nothing reminds me I'm a UU more than being in spaces that aren't UU. It's a very funny thing being the token Unitarian Universalist in a room. And it happens in literally every class. There are a couple other of my colleagues who are there, 2 or 3 of them, but we're not in the same programs, so we're not in the same classes. I was also, interestingly, for the first time in my life, the only white person in the room for one of my classes. There was somebody who was Argentinian, so yes, technically white, but also an immigrant to the United States. Everyone else in the class was black. So it was a really important moment for my learning to get to hear so much of the cultural differences that went into their faith differences. Pentecostals, Episcopalians, Methodists, the whole gamut. And every single day, folks, somebody else would go, okay, Casey, I have a question for you, because you guys don't make sense to me and I need some help. Last year, or in January, it was, well, if you don't pray to Jesus, who do you pray to? And I said, well, I pray to the universe, but that's me. And they said, what do you mean that's you? And I said, that's me, how I pray. But someone else might pray somewhere else. This week it was, hold on a minute. You guys do communions? And I'm like, well, no, not the communions you guys do. Well, wait a minute, Casey. If you don't commune with Jesus, who do you commune with? And I said, I don't know, the community? And of course, what his question really wasn't who, but how. So I went on to explain the origins of our flower communion, which a very short version of the flower communion, in case you are not aware, it dates back to the early part of the war just before World War I. Norbert Chapek had been a Baptist minister and then became a Catholic priest and then became a Unitarian priest. I think I got that right. So it's a lot that even just that person encompasses. And he created the flower communion specifically to address the fact that Unitarians, while lovely, lacked the spirituality in ritual that he was used to seeing in his faiths. So he created the flower communion as a way to share that community together, not by using the body and blood of Christ, but by using the flowers that people grew in their own yards or saw along the roadways as they would travel to church in the morning. And that's where we get that from. That's why when we do our flower communion in a few weeks, this is my pitch, don't forget to bring flowers in 2 weeks. If they come from Trader Joe's, if they come from your yard, It's a symbol of the community coming together in all of their brilliant differences, coming to be together in this space. If you've never participated in a flower communion before, you will be asked to take a flower home with you, which will be taking the wisdom of the community home with you. And that's my favorite thing about Unitarian Universalism. I can come here with questions. I can come here with what I think are answers, and I can talk to people about them. I can be the but why kid that I always was and know that I'm held in this space. People will come see me in my office long before they realize they're Unitarian Universalists and say, I'm afraid to ask this question. And I go, great, those are my favorite questions. I probably don't have an answer for you, but am I ready to go on the journey to figuring it out with you? For me, that was revolutionary. I had never been in a faith space where I was allowed to do that. So all of these symbols up above my head, those are intentional. We know that every faith, as Unitarian Universalists, we know that every faith has wisdom and truth in it. It may not be the perfect truth for me, and I understand that different cultures, different generations, different faiths are going to have different truths. But at the end of the day, I know I can look at all of them and find something in every faith, even the ones that hurt a little bit, even the ones that make me bristle, and know that there is some truth in it somewhere. So today what I want to do for a little bit, and for those of you at home, there's going to be a breakout room for you. God bless our tech team. I ran to them right at the beginning of service and said, we need a breakout room. I would bet most people in this room have not had a conversation outside of your families about pluralism. And what I mean by pluralism is that stuff there. So there's not going to be a right or wrong answer to this, but I would like you to turn to somebody in the room that you have not had a conversation about your beliefs before. Oh, I just heard a, oh. That's okay. If you guys don't get to that because there are other things going on, that's fine. We're going to go on a little bit of an experiment together. So find somebody you've never had a conversation about faith with and go talk to them about it. What is faith to you? What is it that brought you to Unitarian Universalism? Why is pluralism important to you? Why is the way that we do pluralism in a UU space meaningful and life-giving for you? I know those are big questions. Take what you can out of them. I trust you all to go forth and learn about each other. So let's go learn. We're going to do this for about 10 minutes, all right? So be mindful of timing with each other. We're going to listen to hear, not listen to respond. Get the hints. And for those of you folks at home, do your best on Zoom. What a good problem to have that I had to hit the singing bell so many times because the conversation was so involved. I hope you learned something today, which is enough of a prayer, I think. There's always room for us to learn something new. And if all you learned today was something new about someone else, that's good enough for me.
So now is our time to give our thanks in our offering that helps pay for the building, the staff, wonderful lights, everything that makes this place work. So we thank you for your offering, and we'll have some lovely music as we pass the basket.
Thank you, Taylor. Please join me in standing as you are able for sung benediction today. May you go out with your minds open. May you go out with your hearts full. May you carry the peace you feel through the spinning wheel of days. And remember that this web of love extends as far as your head. So reach out wherever you can. Oh, reach out wherever you can.
That was beautiful. You're a good choir out there. We extinguish the flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And before we stand to sing our closing circle song, I'd like to remind you to take a 5-minute break and then come back for conversation with each other. And thank you for being here today. It's a lovely crowd. So now would you stand and join hands in a circle for the closing circle song?